how we start the show now. Dude,
so
my
it's
fucking
started.
muscle, like on the stream, like I can't even see anything but my muscles right now. Jesus Christ.
You're
Yo,
gonna have to turn your screen off.
I know, I'm going to have to. I keep looking at him. All right. Jeff from IC3 is back on the show. Jeff, it's been a while. It's been, I don't know how long. I don't remember.
It's been far too long.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's because you guys record on the same night as us.
No, we record on the same night as we always have, and you keep changing your nights around.
Right. Fair enough. But, dude, we want you on the show more often.
I know, and I'm here. Thank you.
From what I understand,
long time coming.
Is it supposed to be clapping?
Yeah, I think it is.
That sounds like shit, Kyle.
Now, from what I understand, the viewers want like me off and Jeff to be the new third chair. But
I think that's like one or two opinions.
Is that true? I didn't check out Reddit. Is that real? I'm better.
Is that just Jeff's opinion?
Unless Jeff is ThinkFans. What is it? ThinkFans Zoom or something like that.
That's Catfish Jenny.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's Catfish Jenny. Catfish Jenny wants you to quit IC3 and take third chair here.
It's going to happen soon because this skit show can't last very long, right?
Well, nothing's officially announced yet. I don't want to get into
it right now. Jeff, you act like people give a shit. Like, what the fuck? No one gives a shit.
It's big.
That hasn't been announced yet. We have to do our fucking rounds.
I have to run it by my agent.
Nobody gives a shit. Jeff,
I got to call my mom and ask her if I can.
Jeff talked to me about changing IC3 to a skit show. That's where that's coming from. And I'm sorry if I fucking blew that on the show, Jeff, but it's not a big deal. No one gives a shit.
That's why you're on here, to make that announcement.
Oh, so are you guys like the Oprah of comic book podcasting?
The View.
We come on The View and make big announcements?
Yeah, The View. The three of us.
We're expecting Marvel to come in and tell us their winter plans for their winter event.
It'll happen soon.
Yeah.
So
the
Jeff,
podcast where we talk about other podcasts.
Wait, let me talk to Jeff for a second about his podcast. Jeff.
Yeah.
Do you read comic books still?
No.
Like not at all, or
not at all. I read like Turtles when it comes out, and I still have.
I read Mutanimals.
Yeah, how was that?
It's good.
I can't wait for that to come out. Actually, I was thinking the other day, like 2 days ago, that I haven't gone and bought comics because I still buy Saga and Six Gun and Turtles and like a few choice comics. And I went on Christmas Eve, and I haven't been since. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, holy shit. And then yesterday, Eric, one of the guys that works at the shop that I go to, he called me up. He's like, "Are you gonna come and buy these?" I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Oh, did he have like a lot of pulls or just
no? All he had was just like 3 issues of Six Gun.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I mean, like, I want some Saga too. Throw some of that in there. But yeah, I haven't even gone to a shop in over 2 months.
But you do DCBS?
No, I stopped that too.
All right, so. Okay. What happened?
I didn't feel like paying for comics anymore. And I just have so many of them.
But you get them for free.
Well, I mean, I could get them for free digitally. But
I mean it's like, though, right? Like, you get the press copies and shit.
I used to when I gave a shit about Rhymes with Geek.
Okay, so they took it from you? You know, you could apply for that for IC3, right? And you can get books.
Yeah, I know.
So you just don't have any interest in comics anymore.
I do. You know what sucks is like I'll listen to you. You're the only comic podcast that I listen to anymore. But I'll listen to you guys talk about comics, and I'll listen to Ian and Dan talk about comics on IC3. Like after I edit and post it, I don't listen to it before I edit because fuck that. And I see all like these ads and shit and all the stuff that Valiant's doing, and I'm like, oh, why did I stop reading? But now just thinking about getting back into it after like 3 months of not knowing what's going on is just fucking daunting.
Yeah.
You know what you need though? You need like a week or something. And no one ever has this time. Like if you have a full-time job, this is fucking impossible. But you need like a week where you can just sit down, no internet, no video games or anything like that, and someone just either hands you like a tablet with a whole bunch of comics loaded on it or a fucking stack of them, and that's all you got to do.
Dude, Nakem, last year I was unemployed for 6 months, and that's when I started reading less comics.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was distracted by other things. I was like, now I have more internet to be interneted and more Netflix to be Netflixed.
Right. So
Like I just watched fucking 6 seasons of Sons of Anarchy in like 3 weeks. So that's more important to me than reading comics. I have to pay attention when I read comics.
it's kind of a fucking bust though, cause like I was thinking about it today. Dude, I was so fucking bored at work today. I was just scouring the internet just for any comic book news at all, just to like entertain myself. And there's really, I don't know. Like I'm gonna say something that is gonna make me sound like an asshole probably, and
Yeah.
it's fine. But I don't think there's that many good comic book podcasts anymore that talk about fucking comics that I'm interested in. Like people talk about Marvel and DC and shit like that, but not like the number ones that me and Kyle read, like the fucking like out there number ones that people don't pick up. Like we're talking about Plunder this week, like shit like that. I can't listen to anyone talk about that anywhere, like on fucking shows anymore. Like maybe I listen to Chronic Insomnia, obviously.
Yeah, but they don't talk about comics too much.
Yeah, no, they don't. But like,
I listen to them too.
Like, it's a fucking bust that like I can't listen to people with opinions like us talk about comics. That's why I was wondering if you still read them at all, because it doesn't sound like. Because I haven't heard you talk about comics in a long time. Which is yeah, I don't know. It seems like there's not that many places to go anymore to hear people talking about indie books.
Well, it's the thing is that I don't want to trash talk other podcasts, because I'm not saying that mine's great, or I'm not saying that we weren't way shittier than we are now. But like a lot of podcasts, not just comic books, like you think about like any subject matter. When I was trying to get back into Magic, I started listening to Magic the Gathering podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially when I was taking the bus and shit, and I had a lot of time to kill. And a lot of podcasts are just bad and just so repetitive, and like they like set up these like artificial structures that they try to adhere to for some reason, and they like won't veer off from those at all. It's like, next we're doing this, next we're doing every single week is the same shit,
right?
And it just seems so formulaic just to hear them talk about comics.
We have that problem.
Yeah, I mean well, we don't have any structure, but it's easy to get in this fucking like. I think it's easy to get in this like fucking pattern that you just do the same shit every week, because it's hard to come up with new stuff. And it's just like, it's just fucking easier just to do the same shit over and over again. Like, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. All right, Jeff's back. Jeff, are we gonna talk about your girl? That's why you're here, right?
Well, I mean, you want to.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's what we want.
It's a long time coming.
People have been
no other
fucking
reason
dying to
to
hear
talk
about
to you.
this shit, dude.
So like,
Come on, God damn it. All right, go ahead, Jeff. Sorry about that.
no, I was gonna say, like, I was planning on coming on like right afterwards around the new year,
because you were texting me a lot. Like,
yeah,
I was getting
it was like
updates
fresh in my head, like
I mean,
all this shit was
Jeff,
fresh. But now I've had time to like simmer and really think about things.
Jeff,
But yeah,
can I
I'll
say
talk-
something that's pretty soft to you right now, and maybe
Yeah,
make
dude,
you blush a little bit?
I like a big softie.
Like, I sort of consider you a friend. We've hung out outside the cast. We went to a Bane show. We've hung out at other shows and shit. Like, when you were texting me and you're like, oh, shit's going this way or bad, or like, you're not gonna believe this, and you sent me like texts and shit. Like, I fucking gave a shit. Like, I wanted it for the show, but at the same time, I was like, yo, I hope Jeff's alright, cause like, shit doesn't seem to be going well. And like, I was like legit fucking worried about you. And it sucks because your podcast, you guys don't talk about this shit. I'm like, this is fucking gold for us. Like, we love this fucking shit.
No, I know that.
And you
and
guys
it's
don't
like,
even mention it on the show. I'm like, how can you not mention it?
Because like Ian likes to talk. I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like, I don't usually like to talk on phones. Like, even when like Dan, I consider him my best friend, and we've been friends for like the longest out of everybody else. And when he calls me, I'm just like, oh, I gotta talk. Oh, just text me, dude.
Yeah.
But like Ian calls, and like, we talk about things, like, and when I'm in person with Dan, like, we'll talk about the stuff. So even when it's like on the podcast, I can't do it. It's weird when it's one-sided, because when I do try to talk about things like that, it always ends up just being me talking and them like waiting for me to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't, because that doesn't make for entertaining podcast.
Yeah, I guess.
thing.
I mean, when I listen to it, I'm like, Nakem, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine, man.
Jesus, fuck. All right, so let's talk about it, Jeff.
All right.
Let's get into it here. Jeff, in case you don't know, everyone fucking knows. So the same people
Everyone.
listen to this shit every fucking week. But Jeff and his girl are in a long-distance relationship. They've been dating for 14 years. She moved out to Georgia, and she might be staying there for a job. Last time we heard, she was coming to visit for, I think, right around New Year's.
Yeah, it was December 30th to like January 4th or
Sure,
something.
and Jeff was loading up on all kinds of fucking toys and gadgets and fucking becoming the sexual cyborg, artificial pussies, everything you can think of.
Oh, yeah.
He was loading up on it. Jesus, where do we fucking start, Jeff?
I don't know. I don't remember the last thing that I talked about on here. I
You
don't know
talked
where
about
we
the
Okay,
cock
Jeff.
ring. Yeah.
No, okay, Jeff.
Oh yeah.
Let's
What's up? What's up?
let's start where we all want to hear it from.
Let's do it.
How many times did you fuck her? Did
Dude.
you like? Let's hear the sex. Let's get the good stuff out. Like,
Okay.
I don't remember like the number, but there was rarely an occasion when there wasn't something happening.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Yeah, go
did you
ahead.
like did you just close the door and let like the stank stay in, or did you just fucking?
Well, oh man, holy shit! I just like I'm remembering things I forgot about right now, so it's good for the show, I guess. So, at the time, my roommate cousin worked nights, so I'm like, all right, great. Catherine's coming in at like 11 o'clock. I'm gonna pick her up. I'll get home at like 12:30, and just fuck until I fall asleep. It's gonna be great, awesome. So I get up at like 9 o'clock. I take a shower. I go downstairs. And as I'm on my way out the door, it's probably like 20 minutes before my cousin leaves for work. She goes, oh, they called me and told me I don't have to go into work. And I'm like, well, this isn't going to work. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to leave. And when I come home, you're not going to be here. And wherever you go, I don't give a fuck, but just don't come home until like 5 or 6 a.m. I don't care what you do. I was like, I will pay you to go to the movies with your friend. I will pay you to just get the fuck out of here. And she's like, no, I won't hear anything. I'm like, listen, you don't understand this. We are family, and you are about to hear things that you're not going to want to hear.
Titty
because
fucking.
There's going to be, her tits are going to be hitting the wall. I'm going to be banging her so hard.
Jesus.
This is just going to be flopping from the ceiling to the floor, just
Right.
bouncing all around. This is not going to, I'm
Violence.
warning you as a family member to not be here because there's nothing I can do. This is unavoidable.
Mhm.
These things are going to happen. So she's like, I'll put in earplugs. And I'm like, listen, if you're home, I'm going to pretend like you're not. So this is a warning to you. So
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I just want to ask a question. Your cousin, female or male?
female, which makes it even more awkward.
Okay.
Because like if it
This
was
is-
my male cousin, because I've like lived with my male cousin before and we didn't give a shit. It was just like friends hanging out.
Mhm. No, but see, I think the thing is, like, when you have a guy roommate, and I've lived with both, right? Like, when you have a guy roommate, explain to them, like, hey, I'm bringing a girl home, get the fuck out. They'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll see you, like, tomorrow morning. If tomorrow's not good, I'll see you in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
When it's a girl, they're just like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. We've all been there.
Yo, my roommate before Catherine, like we didn't give a shit. He's like, he would bring girls over all the time and like, I don't care if you want me to leave, I'll leave. If you want me to stay, I don't give a shit. I'll just turn my music on. He's like, whatever. Like I know that, and I lived with a male cousin before, and we didn't give a shit. But like I've never lived with not only another female, but another female relative that's like my age. It's not my mom.
No.
So I haven't been in the situation of, listen, I'm about to fuck, so you need to bounce.
Yo, I don't know if
No.
we talked about it on the show, but I used to fuck in front of Brent all the fucking time.
You
like-
have.
Like
And
in the
you're
fucking,
disgusting.
he was in the fucking room, like
Yeah.
in the
It
other
was
bed.
underneath the blanket.
Oh, I used to.
Your basement, right?
Yeah. When we were in the basement, I used to fuck her. I used to fuck in the basement, and then when we went to college, we were in a dorm room, and then we were in a hotel room for a year. And both times, I was like, whatever. He's sleeping. He's not sleeping, obviously, but I was like,
You're a
fuck it.
disgusting fuck.
We're going to town. Fuck it.
I used to
don't give a
fuck her in college next to her roommate, and her roommate's like, "Stop, guys," and we're like, "No."
We
They're
can't.
they're always awake.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't sleep through that. No way.
The
It sounds
second
like
you get in, like somebody, it's primal. You wake up, you're just like they're fucking.
yeah. Brent knew. I don't know if he gave a shit. He might have, but I didn't give a shit. So I was like, whatever, man. We're best friends. This is gonna happen.
Disgusting fuck. Anyways, continue on with your story, Jeff.
All right, so I get to the airport. On the way to the airport, I stopped at like every Walmart I could to look for Bebop and Rocksteady, and I didn't find them. So I just want to throw that out there. Like this is how my night's going.
We're talking about toys, or are we talking about the actual?
We're talking about. I'm
I
looking
see
for
them
the
all
actual.
over the place.
I haven't seen any new figures except for the mutation one since before Thanksgiving. It's fucking bullshit.
Oh, you haven't even seen the Mystic ones?
I actually the other day I
Guys,
saw two of the
please.
Mystic ones, but all the cards were bent, and I was like, "Fuck you, Target! I'm
This
not
is for
buying
Turtle
these."
They look
Cast.
like shit, too.
This
Yeah,
isn't
they do.
uh,
for-
I don't want to buy them anyway.
This is
All
for
right,
TDOC. This is
so this
Turtle
is
Cast.
I'm just setting the mood like how I'm feeling. My cousin's home. I'm not finding Bebop and Rocksteady. It's not going well for Jeff. So I get to the airport. She comes out. We hug each other, and it's like great. It's like, oh yeah, I love you and shit. It's nice. So we're driving back, and I made a joke about like, oh, I can't wait. Why don't you just suck my dick right now? And she started sucking my penis while I was driving. I'm like, this is cool.
Okay.
This is good.
Yeah.
So like she's always been into that. Fucking like when I first got a license and driving around, it's just like she likes doing that. I'm like, that's cool. I am for this. So I'm trying not to crash because there's mouth in my penis, and there hasn't been for quite a while. And after a few minutes, she stops and she sits up. We just start talking, and I put my penis away because it's kind of weird just driving with it hanging out.
Hold up.
Yeah.
So you basically got the yank.
She didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Well, I
she
mean,
finished.
we were heading home to finish it. She wanted to like, build me up. I'm like,
Oh,
bitch, it's
okay.
been fucking 4 months of build up. You do not need to do this.
Built. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden she puts her head back down. She's like, why'd you put it away? I'm like, well, I thought you were done. So, I mean, you could take it out. And for anybody familiar with the geography of Connecticut, she basically blew me from Middletown to New Haven. So we're talking a good half hour.
Jesus.
And
You
it
didn't
took
do her the courtesy of finishing at some point during that half an hour, or are you just like?
Well, no, because like when
she's
like
probably
a truck,
like, what the fuck is going on? What's taking
it-
so fucking long?
if a truck drove by, like she stopped for a few seconds, and then it's like, it was basically a consistent half hour blowjob, and I'm like, how am I not ejaculating right now? But whatever. So then we get home, and that's when the real fucking starts, and it turns
Real fucking
out
what?
like the real sexual intercourse in her vagina.
That's a good question. That's fair, Jeff. You can't get mad at that question. You can't get mad at that
I
question.
don't know what the question was. I said the real fucking begins. What fucking?
Yeah, the real fucking what? That's what he wanted to know. He's good.
Was
Go
it?
on.
I don't think there was titty fucking. I think titty fucking came later.
Go on. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying. I don't remember the order of events, but no, it was just like a fucking really aggressive, long, crazy fuck session. And the thing that sucks is she told me that she was on her period
Yeah.
before we started. But now the thing is, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I've done it before, like when it was either at the end of it and like the sex triggers it to like happen more. I don't know how it works, but like, I don't know. So I've pulled out and I've had like a little bit of mess on me. I'm like, oh, let me hop in the shower and I'm good to go. So I'm going in there expecting like, all right, this is going to happen. But she's like, the good thing is, since it's like at this stage of ovulation, we don't need a condom. And I'm like, that is the best thing.
Oh, fuck that, Jeff. You didn't? Did you?
Oh yeah, no, I
Did
did.
you come inside her?
Yeah,
Is she on birth control?
no,
Jeff.
not at the
Jeff,
moment.
That's fucking bro science right there. Is that we're at this point in the ovulation, so it's fine, dude. Fuck that.
Jeff's moving to Georgia.
What the fuck?
Kid.
We're
She
at
is-
this. What point in ovulation was she in?
I don't know, but
There is
the
no
way
point
she
that
said it
exists.
and the state that my penis was in, she was very convincing.
Oh my.
You know that's why I'm
God.
having kid number 2, right? We've talked about it in the cast.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because we're in a certain.
Congratulations,
point
by
of
the way.
ovulation. Dude. That sounds fucking. I
Well,
don't like
no.
that.
Like, for the limited knowledge I do know of the female reproductive system, that like there is actually a point
Yeah,
during
kinda,
that whole thing that like
a chick
the
knows
chances
that.
are like super fucked. Well, if you if you follow your cycle really closely and you're really consistent on it, like
Come
you can
on.
pretty much give a good guess on when you're likely not going to like conceive.
All right, intern Ryan, Catfish Jenny, somebody look that shit up. I want to know the window that we're talking about. The amount of time. Is it days? Are we talking?
If you want,
It's got to be
again,
days. It's got to be 2 days or something like that.
search natural family planning. You'll probably find something on like a Catholic website that explains it. That's how I know all this bullshit.
Catfish Jenny says 75% of the people on this podcast are way too into busting in chicks. I agree. I fucking agree. That is so fucking dangerous. I don't like that at all.
I've
Jeff,
never pulled out before. Either I wear a condom or I come inside. I've never like had to pull out
Oh, I'm the
and
fucking
finish somewhere
master
else.
of the
I don't know
pull-out.
how I would. I've never been in that situation.
It's weird, man. I've started trying it now, and like, well, finish your story and I'll tell mine.
No,
later.
no. Let me say
No,
something
no,
about
we're
the
here
pullout.
now.
Let me say what's
Okay.
great about the fucking pullout is you can bust anywhere you want, and it's much
No.
better.
No,
I
you
know,
can't.
like that-
Fuck you.
well-
No, you can't. I fucking did the pullout on Valentine's Day.
Okay,
I hit her
what a Valentine!
square in
What a treat for her. The
Yeah,
pullout.
I hit her square in the eye. I
Oh.
fucking spent half my Valentine's the side of
Apologizing?
fucking not looking at her, like on the other side of a door as she splashed like fucking water in her face, just apologizing my ass off. It was terrible.
What were you
I hope it was
aiming
like
for?
cold water, so it like doesn't congeal inside her eye. Or
Dude,
something,
I don't
right?
fucking know what she was doing. I didn't see her for a good hour. There was much.
She didn't see
staring
you
at
for
me.
much more than an hour.
Wait, what were you trying to hit, Nakem?
No, I was trying to go for the fucking stomach.
You just like, oh, was it? Whoa, look
Yeah,
out!
yeah.
It's like a fire hose. You just
You know, sometimes when like you're just going nice and hard, like, you
no.
just got the feeling. You got the feeling, and you pull out. And
That's how Brent got it in his mouth.
Yeah, well, Brent's an animal. I thought Nakem was a little bit more cautious than that.
I'm apparently channeling Brett now.
Apparently, you are our new
But
Brent.
instead of which would be a hell of a lot better, I got in her eye.
Was she ready for the mouth?
No,
Okay.
No.
Well, you can't surprise him with that
no,
shit
my,
either.
my girl is totally like anything below tit level is just but stomach and tit level is like her pull out zone.
Yeah, that's where it's
anything-
supposed to be. That's
Yeah,
a gentleman.
exactly.
That's how a gentleman acts
Exactly.
on Valentine's Day. Not a fucking animal.
I didn't fucking mean to get her in the eye. Like that's just cruel.
That is cruel. All right.
Yeah. But anyways,
Jeff, where were we?
So we went at it for a long fucking time. It was very long and intense. And like I the second we walked in the door, it was just like we were basically just like making out and stripping each other until we got to my room. So I didn't even have a fucking second to think, and I totally forgot about the period. So we're finished. I roll over. And then I'm like, all right, I got to go like clean up. And like, there was nothing that smelled anything stranger than just normal sex smell.
Right.
Dude, I fucking walked to the bathroom. I turn on the light. It looks like a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, I've been there, dude.
No, dude, this like, it was like from under my fucking chest to like my knees, just bright fucking red.
Jesus. How was the
Bright
bed?
red. I was like, holy.
Was the bed a fucking mess? Jesus.
Because
Did
we
you just
were
burn it?
like because we were like in the moment, we didn't think about the period or to like put something down, and I had just put a brand new sheet on the bed, and it was like, you know, I like cleaned up the room and made it nice. So she's like, oh, let me fuck you more. I don't know what the fuck I was
Holy
thinking. I don't
shit.
know. We went together.
Dude, that just reminded me of something.
Dude.
And I'm a fucking idiot. Holy shit, I just realized something. Dude, the first time I had sex with a chick, who, Kyle, you know her, obviously. Well, the first time I had sex with her, I fucking, like, I thought she was on her period because we both were covered in fucking blood. And we had to use OxyClean. I remember OxyClean took it out, like, right away. Like, it was magic. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I thought she was on her period, but now I'm realizing it was her fucking hymen. This whole time, I always thought it was a fucking period, but it was hymen
You
blood.
probably just fucking broke that shit.
Yeah,
Dude.
holy shit. I just fucking realized that. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, no, dude, I've been there, man. I've been covered in it. Like, I don't even mind it, though, honestly. Like, I mind it if I have to do a lot of cleanup
I
afterwards.
told my story, right?
I don't remember. Go ahead.
Right.
Tell it.
I ate the girl out and she was on her period. I didn't know.
Disgusting.
She turned the lights on.
Yeah, I never went that far. She said she wanted me to
I'd
do
do that
that, and I was like,
Ugh,
I don't know. I don't know if I could do this.
fuck that.
I
dude.
didn't, but yeah.
Fuck that shit. Because the chunks, it's the chunks that kill it. Like, you know there's the chunks in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not fucking,
Dead
like...
babies.
Yeah, it's fucking
You remember
disgusting,
yeah.
man. It's fucking
So
gross.
enough of the chunks. So Jeff, you fucked her brains out.
Fucked her brains out. Dude, the sheet destroyed. I ripped it off the bed, threw it out, and there's like this fucking $50 size just brown spot on my mattress. Like I tried getting it out and I just fucking couldn't. So it's just there. So I put down like another sheet I didn't give a shit about and like 2 layers of towels for us to sleep on until we went to Target the next day and got a new sheet. But yeah, it was a fucking mess. That was the first night.
What kind of toys did we introduce to the action? Anything?
Yeah, there were a couple. So the first, before she came up, she was like in super fucking horny, kinky, let's talk about sex all the time mode. And I was like, I'm down for that. So, don't eat the chunks, man. No, I'm not eating chunks.
No,
Dustin.
no way.
That's fucking gross. So when I was buying like some shit online, I was like, I had this idea, right? I'm like, all right. So when this is my internal monologue. I'm like, when she gets here and I'm going to fuck her, I'm probably going to come quick because I haven't had it in a while. But to keep the shit going, I was like, if I have like a toy to keep her going while I get ready to go again, then I can go again. And it could just be like this circle of life.
This sounds fucking terrible. Sounds terrible. To be using a toy on a chick when you have like, because like after you come and you don't feel like fucking anymore, you have no motivation to. Like, I mean, I don't know. You haven't fucked in a long time. But
No, dude. It doesn't matter. Like, you come once and sex just becomes gross.
yeah, I don't have any motivation to fucking like keep working her
This
with a toy.
is what I was thinking. This isn't what actually happened, but this is what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, all right, I bought just like a regular normal dildo, like no fucking frills or anything. It's just like a regular dick looking
so
dildo.
Weird. It's so weird to me to have a fucking dude buying a dildo. Like why? Like I'd be like, yo, why don't you bring your own or some shit? I'd be like it'd be so strange to me to go out and buy a fucking dildo.
This is the person ringing you out.
Yeah,
oh wait, did you buy it online?
Yeah, I bought it online.
Okay, all right.
No
Fair
judgment
enough.
there.
Fair
I got
enough.
this
No
big old
judgment on the
fucking.
internet.
It was everything came in a bag. I'm like, you couldn't even afford a
person
box.
at Amazon selling it.
Yeah. So I didn't use it like how I thought I was going to. Like, oh, I'll fuck her till I'm done, then I'll use this. But I don't remember when. Probably like the next day, when her period ended. So it was probably like 2 days later. I was like, I need to go down on you because I just want that to happen because I like doing it. So I'm going down at her, and I was like, I got an idea. I was like, so I grabbed it, and I was using it on her as I was like eating her out too.
Ugh.
So I was just like
plumber,
going back,
like a plumber working on a toilet.
Yeah, I was just like blah blah blah. You know, plumbers with their licking the seats to make sure that they're good.
You work with some odd plumber chef.
yeah, that's right.
Dude, this shit got her fucking going. So it was so easy. After a while, I mean, I did it for a while because I wanted to eat her out for a while. But once I was ready to fuck, dude, it was.
That's so gross.
She was
You're like
already
working her with the dildo
go.
with one hand and then eating her
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You're like
It
pulling
works
things.
though. It
like
works,
you're suctioning
though.
things out of her and then eating it. Whatever's coming out with the fucking dildo. Like you know the dildo's pulling things out from the bottom, bottom of the vagina, and then you're licking on it.
What's at the bottom of the vagina that's worse than in the front of the vagina?
I don't know, dude.
The period's
deep
over.
Stuff.
That's established.
Deep fucking gooey stuff. You're fucking plunging it out of her and then eating it. It's disgusting. That is fucking the gnarliest thing. And you're doing it for a while. It's so gross.
My god.
It's like stuff from her stomach is like coming in there.
You're connected, those two.
That
I know
is
you
so
don't know a lot about
disgusting.
anatomy, but you're right in that.
That's so gross, dude. Ugh. All right. Ugh. So after you're done plunging her, after you've eaten your fill of whatever the fuck's in her stomach.
No, it was just a regular old fucking, but it was a very good build up.
Okay.
So that was one of them.
Did you titty fuck her that night?
I know I titty fucked her at least twice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question that I've been dying to ask since like I heard about your titty fucking ways. How did you approach her to begin the titty fucking? Like in the beginning, were you just like, hey, lay down, I'm gonna titty fuck you?
Dude, I don't remember how it happened, but I remember it happened very early in our relationship. Like I'm talking about, I was a 15-year-old titty fucker.
Jesus, what the fuck? Seriously?
Yeah, and I don't remember exactly the first time or how it started, but I remember I'm like, those tits should be fucked. So like, it's gonna happen. And I think it happened before we even had sex, because I mean we were like young and nervous and stupid, and we're like, let's wait to have sex till we're married. That lasted like a few months, but like I remember one of the first times that I did it. She was laying on her bed, and her her head was like hanging over the edge, and I titty fucked her from like the top going down.
Fucking scumbag.
And
So
like
your balls are
and my
like,
balls were right in her mouth. It was one of the best titty fucks I ever had.
ugh.
And
Your
I was like
butthole
15 or
floating
16
right
maybe.
above her head. Your fucking hairy butthole floating right above her fucking eyes. Like, imagine the fucking view that she had of you.
Right, dude, that is so fucked. Like 69, and you got to look at my butthole. Oh, that sucks for you.
Jesus.
Ugh.
No,
It's
I
a
only
mess,
asked-
too.
I only ask because like I'm finally dating a girl with like huge tits, so I want to titty fuck them. But like how in decent mind and conscience do you go up to a girl and be like, "Yo, baby, we have this deep and loving relationship. I want to put my dick between your tits."
I think you just
I
go
don't
for
think.
it.
Yeah, I think you go for. I don't think you would ever say that about anything. Like, hey, we have a deep and loving relationship. I'm gonna put my dick in your ass.
Yeah, I know you gotta just go for it. If you feel like the moment's right, man, no chick is gonna get pissed off that you fucked her tits. Like it's like I mean, don't fucking finish. Don't like fucking work them for half an hour and finish. Like she ain't gonna be happy about that shit. But dude, I think if she's going down on you, you just squeeze them together and just slip it right down in there, and you're fucking good to go. Give it a couple pumps, and you're like good to go. Feeling good.
So you're saying I shouldn't like just get the lube out and just like
No, don't lube her tits. Don't do what Jeff did either. Crawl over her head and make her look at your butt. Don't fucking do that shit. That's some dirtbag shit.
My girl would fucking rip my balls off.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Don't do that to her, poor thing. Jeff, is there any more sex stuff, or do you want to get?
Yeah,
into
no, there is.
Okay, go ahead.
I was like, I'll tell these guys. I don't care, but this is gonna be
Oh,
this is
fuck.
gonna be far out there.
All right, great.
I purposely have not told anybody for the TDOC exclusive, except for Dante.
There's like
I don't know
six
why the
people that
fuck
are
I
really
told Dante,
excited.
because I don't talk to Dante that much anymore.
There's 6 people really excited right now. 3 of them are right here.
3 of them are. All right, so I bought one more toy,
Okay.
and I went the cheap route, which you guys are right, I shouldn't have, because it didn't end up really working, because it was a piece of shit, and I threw it out right away. But when I read the reviews, they're like, "Oh, it's for beginners." I'm like, "All right, beginners." I bought a strap-on.
Oh,
Okay.
oh no! Oh
All right.
no!
For her, yeah, obviously.
Well, yeah.
I thought you,
I'm not
I
gonna
thought you
wear
wanted to
it.
do the two dicks.
Well,
Come at her with the 2 dicks. She's like,
Oh
what
my
the
god!
fuck?
You didn't fucking do the 2 dicks, did you?
The 2 dicks.
yo,
Jeff,
here's
Jeff,
the deal. I
Jeff,
got,
no, Jeff, tell me.
He's already plunging her.
Oh my god, Jeff, tell me right now.
yo, what's up?
Did you do the 2 dicks?
The 2
I
dicks.
didn't do the 2 dicks, but I gotta find you a picture of this thing, because
Oh my
Two
god.
dicks.
That would be fucking amazing if Jeff was like his fantasy was to have 2 dicks.
We could have just ended the cast right here. Like, ended it, and then another one. We're never gonna get better.
Holy shit.
yo, I
Yeah.
just sent a link in the Twitch stream. It's
Oh.
hollow. Like I buy it for that. It's hollow because you're like dudes can put their dicks inside
Oh,
of
if
it,
you got
like
a
when they
tiny
go
dick.
soft.
Yeah.
Or tiny
or
dicks,
tiny
right?
dick. Yeah.
So like we get it, and I was like, dude, this thing is like smaller than my dick.
Who
How
wore
the
the,
fuck am I gonna get?
Who wore
in
the
this?
free mask? Were you wearing
Well,
the
none
mask
of
or
us.
her?
I do have the mask. We didn't.
No
we
one
didn't
put
wear
it on.
that.
Uh, that's a mistake.
Yeah, and I also bought like a gag and some other shit, but it didn't come in.
Jeff,
time.
you bought a fucking
We bought a lot.
strap
We
on,
didn't-
bro.
Yeah, I did.
Look at the fucking way it grips this dude's butt too. Is this a dude or a chick? It looks like a dude's butt.
I think it's a dude's butt.
So what happened with the strap on?
So
This is
I get home
terrifying.
from work because I worked like 2 of the days she was up here, so
You
it
see
kind
if
of
it has
sucked.
like veins on it. Yeah, it's got like wrinkles and shit. Of course, it's got those.
Yeah, but
fake
it's cheap.
veins.
I didn't want to make an investment if it was something we both hated. You know, I'm not going to spend like whatever the fuck they cost, a lot of money for a good one or whatever.
You got the lube too, right?
Oh yeah, I've got Astroglide, dude. You get that shit anywhere. It's the best.
Put on the fantasy mask and let your fantasies fly free.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Elastic harness. Dildo's hollow. A man's erection or resting penis can fit inside easily.
No, it can't. My head couldn't even get in there. It was small. I was like, let me see if this works. It doesn't work.
This looks tiny, yeah. Well, you can't really tell, I guess, but... Alright.
So I get home from work, and I take a shower as I do because.
Does she know about this, or is this like?
Oh
a
yeah,
surprise?
she knew about it. Like we've talked about it for a very long time,
Okay.
but just never did it. She's like, yeah, when we get one, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm getting one. Like whatever, we'll try this shit out. And so I take a shower and I come out, and I also bought like this fucking like this fishnet body stocking
For you or her?
for me. No, for her.
You get all sexy, come out of the shower wearing the fishnets. With the shower and the fishnets, and you're like, all right, it's time.
So and it has like these holes for boobies to come out of. So I'm like, all right, this is whatever. It's like $10 on Amazon. I get
Yeah.
this shit.
How
So
much
get it-
money did you spend on sex shit?
Dude,
It's
like
a paycheck.
like $150 or something.
That's actually not bad.
But it was over like a few weeks. Actually, I think more. I can't remember
Some
why.
cheap
more.
shit though.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that has to be some
Like
cheap
some
ass shit.
one-timers. Some one-timers, like the butt plug was a one-timer, or the cock ring butt plug thing.
Yeah, that thing's never been used again. I haven't fucked the pussy since the spider came out of the sink. It's just
Some one-timers.
yeah. So I get out of the shower and she's wearing the fishnet and the strap on, and I was like, all right, this is awkward. She looked so uncomfortable in it. She's just like,
Oh, yeah,
this
she's
is
got a dick. She got a fake dick.
Well, I know.
And she's
I
standing there
know.
in front
So
of you with
we're
a
like-
fake dick.
like, all right. So the thing with this thing is, it is so poorly fucking made. It was bending in half. Like it just barely worked. It worked for about like 2 minutes, and not really. So it didn't really happen. Like we were gonna make it happen, but it didn't really happen.
Were
By
you-
make it happen, you mean have her stick it in your ass, right?
Yeah, like full penetration. It was just like not going in. It was so fucking flimsy,
Jeff,
and it was.
were you? Is she doing it doggy style? Is that what was going on? You were bent over in front of her.
We yes.
That's, whoa,
There were a
Wha-
couple positions. 'Cause, like we gotta let
It's like,
this. We gotta make this.
welcome back. I know that our relationship is sort of on the ropes right now, but I want you to fuck me real quick before you decide if this relationship is
No,
what
this
you want.
this
Let me
was
bend
after like,
over in front of you with my fucking hairy ass, and you're gonna plow me with this fucking dildo.
Well, but look at it this way: how else could he have done it on his back with like his
No, I
legs
don't
over
think
her
it should
Yeah,
shoulder?
that
have
was
been
it-
done.
that was
I
even
don't think it
worse.
should have been done at all. Like, I don't think there is a way to do that that's comfortable for both parties involved.
Well, she could have spooned him and like slipped it in there, and
Jeff, would you wanna be a little spoon and have her fuck you that way? She's big spooning you.
oh man.
well, no. Let me paint you the picture, right? So she's spooning you, she's like jerking you off, and then like she's fucking you in the ass. Anybody who comes in is just like, oh look, she's just jerking him off, but
Who would be coming in?
I don't know in this
Cousin?
Cousin
situation.
roommate.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, she was at this time. She was
I
at work.
heard
She was
someone
in the house
I
then.
thought I heard Jeff screaming in here, so I came in.
did not
But,
hear anything. Just fucking burst in. Yeah.
So it didn't really happen.
It
But you
didn't.
said it happened for 2 minutes. What does that mean?
It was. We couldn't get it the whole way in because it was just like collapsing in on itself. But it was like she tried, and
Why
I
didn't
was
she
like,
hit you with the dildo?
Yo,
You just have a
hold
strong
on, I'm
butthole.
getting there.
Oh, okay, all right, my bad.
So it didn't work. So she like kind of felt bad. So that
She felt
fucking
bad.
well, because she's
Sorry,
like,
I couldn't fuck you in the ass, Jeff. I feel bad.
she's like, you bought it and we couldn't really use it, so whatever. So the dildo that I used on her, she used on me for a few minutes, and that was just weird. I think that was even weirder
Really?
because she's just like, because I could see her face during it, and she's just like staring, like she's concentrating, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is not
She's
something you
like-
are in.
Maybe she shouldn't have fucked you in the ass at all.
She's just staring, like at your butthole.
Well,
Like,
I
she's
got
like-
everything. I mean, like she was
She's like Luke
sucking me a little
Skywalker,
bit.
flying up to the fucking Death Star, trying to hit that fucking missile.
She's only got one shot.
She's only got one shot to get it in there. Ugh. Did she get it in?
Oh yeah.
How far have you taken it? Do you think?
What the dildo?
Yeah.
Oh, the whole way.
How far
It's
is
not
the
that
whole
big.
way?
I think it was like 6 inches.
Jesus Christ, Jeff, you could get legit fucked in the ass right now. Like a dude could fuck you in the ass. I think you could handle that right now. Don't you think?
I mean,
you've prepared yourself, at least physically, for that to happen. Like mentally, maybe not, true. But physically, you're prepared for that. If
no,
that
I think right now my asshole and your asshole are on the same levels because that shit's elastic. This was like a couple months ago. This shit doesn't stay fucking open.
It's a muscle though, so like I think it does react to. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna stretch. I'm not saying your asshole's hanging open like a boxer's mouth. I'm saying it's like, but it is used to that fucking. It's used to the stretch now a little bit more than other people's. Maybe, I don't know. Jeff, do you have any regrets, especially that last part, or no?
No, I don't.
That's good. You shouldn't. That's fine, man. Yeah. All right. So, what's the status of the relationship now? Because we're getting close to the date where she's supposed to be coming back to Connecticut permanently.
Right. See, that's where I was trying to remember whether or not we talked about it on the show or if I just text you. But it just whatever. I'll say it anyway.
Now she figuratively fucks you in the ass.
And literally.
And literally.
Yeah.
She so her internship is over the end of March. And
fart noise for this? Tell me, let me get ready.
Well, I mean, you can fart whenever you want. It's your show.
Get it ready, just in case.
And like 2 days before she came up here, the boss at her internship offered her a position.
Right.
To stay at least until September. So it's like, you know, I want you to work here for a little bit, but I need you to guarantee me at least 6 months, right? Mm-hmm. So she came up here with like this decision to make that we wanted to talk over, like what was going to happen. Because I didn't even know, dude. Honestly, when she came up here, I was dead set on telling her I was like, I want to go on a break, right? And what does that even mean? You know, what does a break mean? Does that just mean like I'm too much of a pussy to break up with you, or yes. I don't even know. Yeah. So that's why I opted out of.
Just talk through it, Jeff. Don't just ignore it.
It's too funny. It's too funny to
just talk through it, Jeff. I had to last time. Just talk through it.
So that's eventually why I did not even bring it up. I brought it up afterwards, saying that was an option because we were doing that brutally honest bullshit. Mm-hmm. So we were planning on.
And after you fuck someone in the ass.
Oh yeah, dude. There was a lot of other sex stuff. I'll have to save it for another show. I don't think everybody can handle all of this right now.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about anything.
All right, it's fine.
So like she comes up and we fuck and she's like, "Oh, we need to have this conversation sometime." I'm like, "I know, but like it's fucking 2 a.m. We just fucked. I have to go to work tomorrow." And then I forgot the reason why, but like we couldn't have the big talk for like a couple days. So eventually she just asked me. She was like, it was like the 3rd day and we just got done doing fooling around and we're laying in bed and she's like, "Do you want to talk right now?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, like I need to shower. I probably have blood all over my dick right now. I don't even know." And she's like, "Are you just putting this off until like the end of my trip?"
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're putting it off.
Yeah, she's like, "Are you putting this off just so you could fuck me for 4 days and then whatever you're gonna do?" And I was like,
because it really does kill the fucking mood.
It does.
That's a
it does,
out.
And that's why like it's not that I didn't want to talk about it. And I was honestly thinking at first, I'm like, I want to talk about this first. Like if it goes bad, I don't want to have 4 days of like fucking or whatever after having a really bad talk. So, but then the fucking happened. It's just something that happened. So I'm like, well, I mean, we got to have this talk. So when she said, "Are you just putting it off?" we were laying in bed and it started literally a 3-hour conversation.
Right.
And we're just laying there naked, just covered in our own sauces, just talking about like really serious shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, she said some stuff that like I wasn't aware of. And I told her a lot of shit that she didn't know, I guess, and I don't think I realized until I was talking about it out loud. So eventually, what we decided on.
Did you mention me?
I did. I was like, listen, there's somebody else. And she's like, oh my God, I knew it. I've been gone for so long. I haven't been fulfilling your sexual needs. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. He's just a guy with big muscles and a big beard. She's like, I knew that would be the one that would steal you from me.
That's right. So, what was the outcome of this 3-hour talk?
Does he have a hollow dick? Yeah, there was an outcome. So, I eventually said, first she was like, I'm not going to take the position. And I was like, selfishly, that's what I want you to do. I want you to come back. But I was like, I don't think you should decide based on this. I was like, you worked hard for this. And if you would like that, I could work on this with you. And basically, she said that she's going to tell him yes. And then we're going to reassess our relationship in like May. And so like,
that just sounds like you're putting it off again. Like,
it does. It really does. But
why when she said she was going to tell him no, why weren't you all about that?
Because I could tell that she didn't want that like a lot.
Yeah, I know, but
and I think it was unfair of me to say because I told her right off the bat at the beginning of the conversation, I was like, listen, I will never agree with how you went about this whole thing, and I will always think you're wrong about how you went about it, but you went about it. And like, I don't want to dwell on your past mistakes. I want to actually be a part of the decision making, and I don't know. But yeah, I could tell that she was like,
I feel you, like, 'cause I've been in that spot sort of like so I was dating that chick and she was gonna move back to California because her dad was sick or whatever, and I basically was just like, yeah, I understand, like, you should go, like, even though I didn't fucking want her to, obviously.
Right.
And I kind of regret it. Like, I think I should have been like, no, you shouldn't go. Like, you should stay here. And like, yeah, that's like a selfish thing to do, but I don't know. I think I might have been better for it. I think I should have done it.
Well, in Jeff's case, I mean, she gave you the option, but also, like, I mean, it's not like you're making her do something. Like, you guys have been together long enough that, like, if she makes a mistake, like, that's her mistake to make. Like, I mean, I don't think it's that much, like, for you to say, yeah, I want you to stay. Like, you could have left it like that.
I mean, it's not like she hasn't been there for however long. You know, she's already been there. It's not like she's like missing out on the opportunity. Like, she's already done the fucking thing.
Right.
Like, I don't think you'd be out of line to be like, yo, we've fucking done it. Like, I was here for it. Like, now it's time to fucking stop. Like, now it's time to come back.
I mean, I see what you're saying.
Because it's fucked up. She's like, yeah, she's like, because, all right, yeah, she was like, you know, I'll say no. And then it sounded like, you know, you were like, oh, you know, don't do it just for me. Do it because you want to. And she was like, okay, I'll say yes.
No, she was very against doing it.
Why did she fucking do it then?
It sounds like to me, honestly, that it was a battle of like who was going to give out first, and she fell on her own sword, and she was like, "Look, I'll say no." And then Jeff wanted to be like the good guy. Like, she almost preemptively struck. Like, she pretty much did the preemptive strike on Jeff, where she was like, "If I say no, if I tell him I'm going to say no, he's probably going to be a good guy because Jeff's a good guy, and he's going to tell me to go for it. And then I'm going to fucking take that and run."
The thing is also the context of the situation. It's not like we were sitting at a table staring at each other like stern face, and she's like, "I am doing this." I mean, dude, there was tears flowing and shit. Like, it was fucking intense, man.
But at some fuck, man, I feel like, and listen, dude, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Like, this is your fucking life. We don't know anything about it. So, like, whatever we say is just fucking half fucking educated. Not even half, probably 20% educated. But I feel like maybe you fighting for her a little bit more wouldn't have been like a completely bad thing for the relationship. Just to be like, I really need you here. Like, I fucking need you here. Like, I know that you want to go, but you fucking need to be here for me or for us, you know? Like, it has to happen. Like fighting for the relationship and being like, it means so much to me that I'm willing to be the bad guy here.
I did straight up tell her. I was like,
worked.
Is that how the Notebook worked?
I think so.
You should watch the Notebook, Jeff. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it like when it first came out.
Maybe you need to watch it.
It was funny when they died.
Have you seen School Days, Jeff?
Don't watch School Days. Watch The Notebook.
Nah, I don't want
Jeff,
to.
do you understand what I'm saying though?
No, I totally get what you're saying. And like, the thing was like, she has until March to say no. Still, like, she could go in there and be like, I don't want this. But once she starts, she's kind of committed till September, which because that's a year and a half at that point, and that's a long time. And like I said, we're going to reassess. Like, if she really likes it and she's planning on staying, I told her right then, I was like, 100%. There's no going back. If in like April you're like, I want to stay, or May or whatever, like, that's it. I can't do it. And if I fucking wait for you this year and a half and you come back and things are like they were before you left, where you're just unaffectionate, I was like, I'm not dealing with that. I can't deal with that. Mm-hmm. And even if you do come back and you're like that again, it's done.
See, you've laid down the hammer. Now I think you got to put down the roses. Like I said, like.
Whoa, hold on, the Kim.
Oh shit!
I like it. Yeah.
No, but like they were saying, you have to like go out to her and be like, yeah, it's if all that shit is going down, like, we can't be together. But on the other hand, I need you. Like, you are my soulmate. You are my other half. I want you here. I need you here.
Dude, trust me. There were many roses laid down on both sides.
No, but I mean, like, you almost... I was going to say you need to, like, fucking produce a ring, but you're not going to do that, so don't even worry. But, like, you need to just, like, be like, baby, you're everything to me. Like, you need to fucking listen to Usher and, like, rip off his lyrics. Like, just get some sweet R&B and
just let Nakem call her. Nakem, are you free? Can you give her a call?
The Kim will fuck her.
No, not to fuck her. Not to...
Oh, okay.
The Kim comes back, he's getting pegged. He's like, yo, I got pegged big time. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
Freaky white girls, that's what I like. Freaky white girls that want to fucking stick shit up my ass. That's what I'm all about now.
I mean,
dude, try it, man.
To Nakem's point.
Don't fucking knock until you try it. I'm just saying.
So she's got this opportunity to
it's a
do
fucking
whatever.
job, though. It's not like...
I know, but I mean, so...
I don't fucking
get
what's... It's fucking work.
Jeff... Yeah, that's fine. But what's Jeff offering? Like...
Come on, dude. What is this gonna be?
But I mean,
Kyle.
No, Kyle's right.
But like, what? But just all right. So you don't want to get married. I guess that's fine. But like why? Why would she come back? Like, I just don't understand. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying, Jeff. You got to give a little too.
Yeah.
Like, you have to like offer some sort of like life up there. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, we don't know the whole circumstance. So like, it's understandable.
That's what I'm saying. You got to get yourself some smooth art.
I mean, if she's willing to like take another year and a half, like, for me, it just feels like it's not like an incentive to come back. Like,
marriage.
You like, honestly, if you were gonna pull the nuclear option, that would be the marriage. But I think you can like just cry some sweet nothing to her, like shit that you could never speak again.
Do you think if you proposed to her, like, that would seal the deal? Like, she'd come back?
So weird.
She says no. Because I was like, what if I did it right now? She's like, I would say no.
Yeah,
why would you say no? Because you're using it as a play.
Yeah, at that point, it's a tactical play. But if you do it, like, after talking to us, you buy a ring and then you, like, invite her down.
After talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell my future kids, how'd you ask mom to marry you? Well, I was talking to these 3 fucking creeps on the internet. I was telling them how your mommy bent daddy over and gave him a real spanking.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, like, if you do it in a way that it's not a play, like, it seems completely romantic and, like, spontaneous, even though it's a complete play, like, it will give her incentive to come back. And you don't, like I said, you don't even need to produce a ring. You could basically just say a whole bunch of shit that you'll never speak of again to anybody that, like, tells her, like, the depth of how much that you miss her. Like I said, you need to give her the roses. You got to give her that incentive.
I'll tell you what you got to do, Jeff.
What's that?
You got to fly down to Georgia, uninvited, unannounced, and you got to do some kind of grand fucking romantic gesture.
Say anything. You got to say anything on her.
Yeah, you got to bring the fucking boombox. You got to go all out and just surprise her and be like, I need you back to Connecticut. I have 2 tickets to Connecticut. Here's the date. It's the date that she's done. Or her tickets to Connecticut, the date she's done, and be like, this is your ticket. If you're not, like, just fucking here. Just take it, and I'll be there at the airport when you get there.
Yeah.
Well, that's not real. Doesn't Jeff work at like Target?
Well, yeah, Jeff works in Target. No, he works underneath Target in the basement of Target. But Jeff,
No, but I mean,
do you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean-
like some grand romantic joke. And
I know what
it's
you're
fucking,
saying,
But
it
but-
sucks,
but
dude.
But I'm not
but
doing that.
No,
of course
Jeff.
you're not
here's
doing that.
here's
I
the
wouldn't
beautiful.
do that either, but it is a great fucking idea, and
Dude.
one that you might look back on. You might be like, Ryan was right about that shit. I should have
Yeah.
done it.
No, Ryan's not. And then you guys, you know.
Where's my
Real
fart
talk.
noise? Give me a fart noise for that one.
I was looking for it, but real talk. Like,
I don't know, man. That's pushing it away.
do you want her back up here? Like,
Yes.
like what would? But like, what would that mean to you? Like, you guys would just live your continued life, like.
Well, what is it to you with your wife? I mean, I know you have a kid now, but like it's the same thing. Like, what's the point? Is what you're asking. That you're asking a grandiose question about like.
No, but I mean,
why,
like
why are we here?
you're okay with that, right? Like, I mean, you. Like, that's what you want, like, the rest of your life together, the same place. Like, because, I mean, like, I feel like that's the decision. Like, she comes back and gives up, like, it is a job, but, like, whatever. It's an opportunity. It's essentially kind of like that ultimatum choice.
Right.
Like, and that's what you want, right? I'm not criticizing anything at this point. Like, but that's like, if you were to ask her to give her up, which, like you said, you feel bad about doing either way, like, it would be for that choice. Like, you're fine with that. Like, that's your guy's life.
Yeah. Did I miss the question, or was I just not paying attention?
No, I just mean, I don't know.
Oh.
Like,
I mean, that's what he wants. Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
she's
I understand
giving
what you're saying.
she's giving stuff up, and
Well, it sounds like she's giving up 14 years of like pseudo marriage.
there's
Yeah,
nothing.
wow.
I don't even know what that was supposed to be.
I think it was a toilet. Was it a toilet?
No, I
your
think it was-
relationship flushing down the toilet.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
toilet.
But no, I think he's giving she's giving up right now. She's giving up 14 years of like pseudo marriage.
No, she's
For a
giving
job
up,
opportunity.
she's giving up. It's not just a job though. I realize it's like something.
For a
It's
life,
different than Connecticut.
for a different life, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different life. It's like freedom from whatever the fuck she was
Jeff.
doing before. Oh, not
Yeah.
from Jeff, but from
Yeah.
the same
Oh.
shit that she was doing. The
I
the
mean-
Connecticut life and shit like
I
that.
mean-
She wants to try out a different place.
She knows
she does
Dante
not-
moved, right?
She does not like it in Georgia, might I add.
Jeff,
She actually hates it there.
Jeff, you need to do the romantic gesture. You're in a fucking band. Make a song. Have somebody fucking record it. Put that shit up on YouTube.
Yeah, son.
Like my relationship, my band did not work out. I'm no longer in a band.
Jeff, reunion tour with your band. Like one song, that's all you
You
need.
do a romantic,
Name it after her.
romantic gesture
Put that
to
shit
your
up on
band.
YouTube. Yeah, put that shit up on YouTube. Send that shit.
It's so fucking
order
cheesy.
flowers,
Yeah,
take
it
it
is.
up, send us a link. We're in a fucking
Send
digital
video,
age. Yeah.
If it was my last band, hey, do you like if you put a Fugazi CD in a blender and shit on it? Well, I love you, babe. Here you go. Here's some bad bass playing. I did it all for you.
I don't know.
You know,
if there's-
actually, the more pathetic you are with it, the more adorable it becomes. Any idiot can be good, but it takes like a special kind of idiot to be just fucking terrible, but still mean it.
That's true.
I don't think there's a simple fix to this, but Jeff, I do think you at some point you do need to put your foot down.
I'm like, babe,
Yeah.
come back to Connecticut. I have a solid strap on. You could peg me every
I
day.
spent at
You
least
see, that's the
$60
thing.
this time.
See, you can work with the strap on. You send her a fucking dozen roses with the fucking strap on
No,
inside of it.
don't send her the strap on. Don't throw the strap on away. Don't ever.
Oh,
buy
it was. It was. I threw it right in the garbage.
Oh
Should
God.
have burned that shit.
I think sex toys are one of those things you can't cheap out on.
No,
No.
you gotta go tough.
Yeah. You
I mean,
gotta go fucking
we
tough
already
with
talked
that.
about upgrading, so
Nah, man, I'm telling you, like, you just gotta remind her of all the stuff that Jeff is. Like, 14 years, awesome sex, great guy, fucking will do almost anything that doesn't require him getting off the couch
Or
for
married.
you. Or marriage. Or leaving fucking,
Connecticut.
yeah, Connecticut. All of those, he'll do the rest. If he could fucking bring you the moon and drag it in, squish Georgia and bring it to Connecticut, he'd do it and write your fucking name on it.
Jeff, you just gotta hold her face close, and sing "Just the Way You Are" to her.
Jeff,
Squish Georgia is the name of my bluegrass band, by the way.
Jeff, you're in a tough spot here, bud.
Yeah, amazing.
I hope it works out for you. I really
Yeah.
do.
What a guy. You guys.
I'm indifferent.
I don't know.
Kyle doesn't give a
Wow.
shit.
So, Kyle, if I wanted to find a porn with a girl who looks like her,
Send
there
me
a
your
service?
picture. I'm be all over it.
Googlers will find it.
Yeah, this will solve your problem completely.
Yeah, it's actually another option.
And to that, I'll offer 2 for 1. I'll find one of you.
What deal? This is like a friendship deal, like a podcast
if
Yeah,
you
right.
just find a picture of Seth Rogen without a shirt on and a jar of mayonnaise on his face, then
Go to googlers.com and use the promo code TDOC, and we can do a 2 for 1 deal
2
for
for
you.
1. It's
Is
Valentine's Day deal.
Oh wow.
Jeff, you got anything else, dude?
I got nothing, dude.
Good, man. All right, dude. Thanks for coming on. We'll let you go. We're gonna talk
Google
about
just
school
goes
days.
to Google.
We're gonna talk about
Oh,
school days and then
school
comics, man.
days.
Yeah,
All right.
All right, dude. I love you.
See you later, guys.
Do good, man.
Yeah. Peace, man.
Later. That was Jeff from IC3. Go to his website, comiccabal.com, and listen to that show while it lasts before it gets changed to some fucking skit show.
And we absorb Jeff.
Goddamn Google.
And then we absorb Jeff.
Googlers, yeah, Googlers goes to Google, by the way. I just
Did you
checked.
know about this, Ryan?
No?
Googlers goes to Google?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes to. Alright.
That's fucked up. We're going to have to come up with a new name.
Okay.
That name was so good, too. That sucks.
Okay.
I like
So easy to
Doppelbanger.
remember. Yeah, the Doppelbanger's not bad. I have a feeling that's probably taken, too. Kyle, let's talk about school days.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Episodes 5 and 6 of this anime that we're watching called School Days. We're not watching it because we like it. We're watching it because we decided to watch it.
I'm a
Yeah,
fucking
don't-
monster.
If you're listening for the first time, you go, "Oh, these guys, they like this anime School Days. Let's check it out." No, we don't fucking like it. All right, it's not good. Don't watch it and think that we're enjoying it.
Well, alright. Yeah, so
go
we'll
ahead.
get into these 2 episodes. Because up until. So I caught up. I watched, was it 3 and 4?
3, 4,
Yeah.
5, and 6. Yeah.
Yeah, so then. Like, it was goofy. It was, like, cheesy. It was, like, awkward. But. So when what we watch? I already forgot. 5 and 6?
5
Yeah.
and 6 this week. Yeah.
I told you this today. I don't know. I probably spend 75% of my day just being uncomfortable and awkward just through life. I don't think I've ever been this uncomfortable with anything in my life.
Watching
Like-
something before.
This is like beyond like rape. I don't know what this is.
It gets very rapey. It does. 'cause
Holy shit! Like,
Iodo, like if that's his name, the main character, when he gets with that chick, she says no, like multiple times. Like that's the last thing that she says before the episode fades to credits. Is she's
yeah, and
like,
he's like,
no.
it's just practice. Like that shit's weird, right? Like,
Yeah,
like
that's so
it's
fucking
really
weird.
Fucking
It's
weird.
super fucking rapey.
Oh, and she
Well-
looks so sad.
Well, okay, here, let me step in
All right,
with
school
my,
days expert.
with my fucking anime expertise and Japanese knowledge. So the whole no thing, that's
It means
kind
yes, right?
well,
That
yeah,
doesn't
like if you've ever watched any kind of Japanese porn where
If you ever raped a
bas-
girl, so that means yes.
and yes means harder, but
Practice means don't tell your parents.
yeah, or my girlfriend. But yeah, no, like basically when she's saying like no, don't, that's kind of the Japanese way of being like yes, she actually wants it. Like it's super rapey in the
That's
way
what
you think
they-
about it, but
That's
like,
what they
it's-
like about it, right?
yeah, like that's how they're supposedly like I don't know. I've never fucked a Japanese girl, nor have I been to Japan, but from what I've read,
Read,
like-
watched, body
Yeah,
pillowed,
exactly all of those things.
right?
Yeah.
You've done ample research on that.
Yeah,
We
My
believe
body
you. You
pillow
don't need
told me
to.
no.
But her eyes were saying yes.
Her
But-
dead fucking cotton eyes were saying yes.
Her dead. By the way, if we ever do a Patreon, that could be one of the goals. Buy me a body pillow. I will
Oh my
fucking.
God. It'd be
I will-
funny.
I
What
will-
about a Ryan body pillow?
Oh,
or
a
just
body
Oh
pillow
my
on my
God.
face. My face.
Oh,
Just his arms.
My arms. Yeah.
What
Oh,
I was actually thinking is like I will
Just wrap
go
'em around
to Anime North in Toronto because that's really not too far from me, and I've avoided that place like the fucking plague. I will go there and I will like interview people for this cast.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking cringeworthy.
Yeah,
I could get into that.
I will like find the furriest furries. Like, give us money and I'll do it.
All right, so as
Yeah, but anyways.
Nakem, let me summarize this just in case
Yeah.
people lost track of this. And Nakem is saying when a chick says no, it means yes.
Yes. Well, it's
In
it's
Japan.
Yeah, in Japan.
Or
Okay.
in the anime.
Yeah, better
Like
specify
they like
that.
they're
You
like
sure?
they're like
Nakem.
they like their girls really well. Like the way
They're
they're
submissive, right?
yeah, they like it really submissive. So, like, you know how everybody kind of has a role to play in sex? Like,
Yeah.
no one really talks about it, but everybody kind of plays a role in sex. Over there, they, like, the women are supposed to be anyways. I don't know, like, traditionally, let's put it that way. Traditionally, it's preferred that the woman is more submissive, so she's not really supposed to outwardly enjoy it. No is supposed to be yes. Like, it's a whole bunch of weird, rapey, awkward, fucking double negative bullshit going on.
Who is this show? I think we tried to tackle this.
It's changed
multiple times.
It's fucking changed from episode 1 to now. Like who
But
the
who
show
is this
for.
for?
No, it's been
like
for the same people the whole time.
like
it-
that fucking water park was just
Oh,
like
the water
vagina
park-
shots
That-
and
that's-
like
that is
boobs
the-
rubbing up.
That
Oh
is
my
the
gosh.
staple of every fucking anime, of every harem anime that ever existed. They will either go to a water park or they'll go to a hot springs. It's called the beach episode, or a beach. It's called the beach episode. And that's basically like the writer's way of saying, we need to get 12 episodes worth of fucking like shit out of this. Let's just have an episode where it's just nothing but fan service and we can all kind of just phone it in. There doesn't need to be a story. Just make sure you got a lot of fucking titties, a lot of fucking crotch shots, and skin and kind of bikinis. And we'll fucking roll from it from there and we'll pick it up tomorrow.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see how you're saying it's for the same audience because I know it's definitely not for me. Like none of it so far I've enjoyed any of it. Like the fucking the fucking water park thing was strange.
I've enjoyed one.
What part did you like?
I like. Again, I have no idea who any of these people are, and I watched this with Wikipedia up. No idea who any of these fucking women are. I believe she is the class president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
I like
the snobby girl
the flat-chested girl.
with the cell phone, right?
I have
The pink
no
cell
idea.
phone. Yeah.
I just
Wait,
like the
is it-
one
is it
scene
the one
where
with,
the
like-
guy was like talking stuff, and she was like rejected.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
That scene was kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I like
mean,
those.
It
that
gets
guy's
fuck-
kind of funny.
It gets fucked up with her, though. Like, that.
Anything that's not.
I can tell because she's the one that
rapey.
she likes the main character too. She's the
They
third.
all like the main guy. I don't fucking understand. That guy's the worst. I mean, not to
And he-
sound like.
and- okay, like, spoiler alert, he's gonna fuck them all. Like, yeah.
He's gonna fuck Makoto.
He's gonna fuck everybody.
He's
Makoto
gonna
would
fuck the
never.
little sister.
Yep. No. The little sister gets.
Kahuna-chan,
Uh,
whatever her name is, Kahana-chan.
yeah, I think she gets fucked in the sequel, which was never an anime, but it was like
Whoa.
a visual novel. Yeah.
Oh, it's a novel. Okay.
Or yeah, it was either she gets fucked or she's the main character, and like you can put her in a compromising position where she won't get fucked. School Days is fucked up.
All right, so, this episode really he's completely gone away from the big titty chick and he's gone with the friend.
Yep.
And they're
Well,
sneaking
yeah,
around
but I
fucking
mean,
and shit. He's still dating the big titty chick. What do you think happened? She just was too prude. That's what it was, right?
I think he
She
said.
was
Yeah.
too
Well, he
prude.
said he was like boring, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because she just wasn't putting out.
Yeah, she was.
is that what it is? I
It
mean,
is-
I felt
yeah,
like
that's
there's parts where he like when they're on the bridge at the water park, and he's like, "I like joking around with you."
That's the friend.
Yeah, you know, but I mean,
It's a
I feel like he enjoys being with her, but also because she puts out.
No, the friend is slutty, and he's getting laid, so he wants her. But like as soon as the other chick puts out, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes with her.
Oh, if he goes back, yeah, no,
I wouldn't be surprised. Like as soon as he gets laid, like that. I mean, that's a classic fucking thing in high school. If you were with some chick and she was kind of prude, and there was a chick that was like less good looking, but she was fucking ready to put out, you would be
You
more
see, yeah.
interested in that.
It seemed like she's like on her way to putting out.
Yeah, but she's not gonna put out to the extent that the
Yeah,
best
she's not
friend is.
crazy. She's not.
Yeah.
She's kissy and fucking like buying him
And it-
flowers and weird shit and knitting him matching outfits. Like he doesn't want any of that shit.
What's
just
with the
wants-
cell phone? Like,
I don't know.
That's
So-
Japanese culture again, rearing
Yeah.
its own. Like, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really
I mean,
translate well to the Western
And-
world.
like where does the one girl, his friend, or the girl that's the friend that he's practicing rape stuff with, like, where the fuck does
becoming a
she
rapist.
live? Like, he stays over at her house, and like that one girl was there at one point and was like, "Are you sick?" No. Okay, I'm leaving. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm
Again,
not sure.
Are they in like dorms?
No, again, just keep in mind, anime will never have anybody over the age of 21 or under the age. Like I said,
Hey, I
basically,
get
yeah.
that, but like,
So don't like when you ask like where your parents at, it's usually explained away in one line like, oh, they're overseas or they're gone somewhere or blah blah blah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's never.
She's got that weird job too, where she has to wear that superhero outfit.
yeah. This is like scenes where it cuts back and she's in
She
like a
works in, like, the
skimpy
diner.
outfit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird
the
that they
fuck
put
is
her
it?
in that because it doesn't ever make any sense why she's wearing it. Because we've only seen her at work like one time, so she doesn't need to have the outfit.
Yeah,
on
there was the
all
one
time,
scene
so-
where they cut back and like he's holding her, and I was like, "Why is she like in
she's
broad
wearing the
panties?"
outfit. Yeah. I
Okay,
don't know.
wait. Now I remember the main reason for that shot is so they can make figurines and sell them.
Right, that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
anime, like, I mean, we talked about it before, but a lot of it is just trying to sell other shit. It's just trying to sell shit that isn't the fucking
Yeah.
anime.
Exactly.
Kyle, would you say the show is getting better, the same as the episodes go on?
It's
or-
getting well. I
At
think
this
it's
point.
the same as it's going on. I still find there's a few moments, like I said, I laugh occasionally, not like out loud, but like
right, yeah, you
But,
don't
uh,
fucking like roll on the ground.
yeah.
You have to
But
pause it.
outside of that, like it's getting like before I was uncomfortable with like the upskirts and stuff like that, but I understand. But like these two, I just got uncomfortable.
Because you feel like an old man.
feel
You feel like
dirty.
a strange
No.
fucking old man.
No, like I did. This shit's like deep SVU, like
Yeah,
Rape,
no,
like,
it is. Yeah.
where we like indoctrinate like a girl and like I don't know. Like that's just fucking weird. Like because it took like a weird fucking
Dude,
tone.
you
Like
know, you
she
know
was.
What, though?
I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
gonna
it feels
say some fucking
they
rapey
nail high
shit.
school.
I'm gonna say some
for one
rapey shit
thing.
right now, but when me and that chick, that fucking, I'll just type her name just because I like you to know who we're fucking talking about. But when me and this chick were in fucking class together, and we used to play this game where she would hide this fucking piece of string inside of her shirt, and I would fucking go in and find it. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of like the same type of shit, like practice type shit like that, where you're playing a game. But really, my objective is touch her tits, and really her objective is to get attention from me or have me touch
Yeah,
her
yeah,
tits.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I
it's like
understand.
fucking weird shit like that, you know.
I mean, that is a weird thing.
They're
They do.
kids, but it's
Yeah,
like,
they
the
nail-
creepy part is us watching it. I
They
think.
do nail high school. I feel like this is like all of that feels like high school, like
Yeah.
100%.
If
Yeah.
there's one thing the Japanese have fucking got, well, at least their version of high school, but like they have high school down to a T. Like you know how like American TV, like our teen dramas, like you watch them and you're like, this was not my high school experience at all. Like,
Right.
what kind of fucking bullshit are you trying to pull here? But then like you watch this and you're kind of like, I can kind of understand where they're coming from.
Yeah,
And
it's awkward too. You feel
Yeah.
kind of like awkward for some of the characters, which
Yeah.
you know a lot of that is missed in some more modern
Yeah.
television, like American shit.
Yeah, the Japanese, they have their high school, like it's a genre, and it's a genre that will never die.
I still don't. The other guy, he's better looking. He seems to have a bigger package.
Yeah,
They even did like guy like up shots. It
he's
was
like
really
American. Yeah, whenever they did the boner noise, they always
Yeah.
fucking get the speedo shot going.
Yeah, but here's the
Bon-
issue.
no, no, no,
He's
no.
like,
He's gay, isn't he?
well, I wouldn't be surprised, but he's not like reserved and quiet and like all this other shit. Like it's never the person
like
that
us dumb Americans.
it's never the person that
He
like
does look
is
kinda
actually
American.
trying.
He does
that-
look a little bit more American than the main character.
Yeah.
Like he's got the brown hair and shit like that, so the
Mhm.
black hair.
Yeah, but it's never the character that's actually like actively trying to get laid that gets laid. It's always the character that
I feel like
it's always
he's
just
not-
like I could give a shit, and then all the girls are just fucking fawning on him. And like I said, it's because he's an like Makoto, which is the main character, is the audience surrogate, right? he's the person that like all the target audience of like 16 to 34-year-old men, fucking nerds, can like focus on and pretend to be, and like maybe one day I'll have my fucking 7 girls trying to come after me and all this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's School Days.
I feel like these
episode
next,
5
I'm
and
not
6.
gonna.
I will
next two are
say,
gonna be tough.
yeah, I will. Well, episode 7, I'm looking at it right now. Episode 7 is going to be a fucking train wreck. But episode 8, so we're at the point where shit starts going like balls to the wall, super rapey, super like what the fuck. So like it won't like the beginning. I actually find that the beginning of the series is like fucking pablum. Like it's hard to watch for me because I'm just like, this is every anime ever. And then like after like once he starts fucking the best friend, I'm just like, okay, now we're going somewhere. Like there's actually stuff happening here, which never happens in this kind of anime.
I do have one question. When do the mechs show up?
Never, but episode 12 is known for having a very nice boat. And that joke is completely lost on anybody because no one else has
Did you just say boat?
Yeah, nice boat.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll get it. We'll laugh at that in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
When we fucking see it. Let's talk about books.
See that boat.
Get the fuck out of here.
I,
We're
We
gonna
got
talk
4
about
books, right?
5.
yeah.
Kyle.
Whoa, what?
Oh my god. What happened? What books did you read?
I probably read them. Just tell me.
Alright, 8.
What's this?
Secret
What?
Identities.
Oh, right. Okay, right. We're
Okay,
on
you're
board.
good? You're good.
We're
Alright,
good.
8 number 1 by Raphael Albuquerque, art and writing, and then I think Mike Johnson helped out on some of the writing.
Yeah, it's co-written with this too.
Co-written.
We still doing the what's it called?
Who?
The scores at the end?
Oh, yeah. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Alright, so this is,
We would have done that.
we wouldn't have done it. No, I would fucking completely forgot. Alright, 8 number 1. We should do book of the week at the end, too. Let's do
Wow.
that. At the fucking very end. Alright, 8 number 1. So this is a book about, I guess, like a cosmonaut. He's traveling through space and time. He's sent on a mission to kill this guy who when we see his picture, so we're getting flashbacks to his past when they were like setting him up for this mission, and the scientist that's setting him up is showing him this picture and going, "This is the guy. This is your target." And it's like a Nazi with fucking, you know, your standard Nazi, fucking strong chin, blonde hair. So we're following him in like his current time, which is the future after the mission's already been started. He has amnesia, so he's only remembering bits and pieces of what happened to him in the past. So
He's not in the future. Well, yeah, okay, his future time.
his future, right? Yeah,
With the meld.
Yeah, he's in the meld, which is some kind of space between or.
Well, because there's... Yeah, so what's that? Well, I mean, not to derail you too much, but like it's colored. Like the past is green, the present is purple, the future is blue, and then the meld, which is something else entirely, is
But that's not true because there's no green in this fucking book.
What do you mean?
There's no fucking green.
Yeah, because they don't go in the past.
Oh, so the future is blue? But I see the future is when he's talking to the scientist.
I think like it's maybe like the past. So like the present would technically be when he's talking to the scientist. The past would be everything that we haven't seen in this issue, and then the future is what we did get in this issue.
I don't think they're following this fucking color chart at all. Kyle, I don't think they're following it.
Yeah, we see the past in the green. I think it's his fucking wristwatch when he's trying to talk to.
That's the future though, because she knows what's gonna happen. Like when he's talking to the chick in the wristwatch, she says, "Follow the dinosaur. That'll lead you to me."
Yeah, but it's green.
But that doesn't make sense. I don't think the colors fucking work. I know
No,
there's
I
colors
think
in
they
the
do,
beginning, but
because I don't think
that's
they would
just art.
fucking do that if it didn't make sense.
I don't know. I'm not sure because then everything's fucking completely weird then because
I think that's the point.
the background of the fucking scientist scenes is blue, which would mean that's the future. But if that's the future, then when he's in the meld, how can you remember that? How can you remember the future? Unless the meld is completely outside of time.
Yeah, that's the point. The meld is something else. That's why this guy is in this place. I mean, his fucking dinosaurs and Nazis. Like, I think the meld is something else. Like, he's off track. He's stuck in the meld. And I don't necessarily think the future, past, and present is determined by his future, past, and present.
It's determined by just the timeline, just time in general.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the girl. I mean, we don't know, like, because his is essentially in the future. I mean, if you were looking at it as ours, like that would be the future to us, correct? When they have time travel.
I don't know.
I just want to say that like I apparently did not read this book at all because everything you're saying makes sense. But when I was reading this, I did not catch any of that.
I mean, I caught it at the beginning, but I fucking gave up on it quickly when I thought it was just like a fucking art choice. I didn't think that.
No, because you see him. All right, so you see him take off in the time machine, like, and it says like good, Godspeed, Joshua, like 2-1 shift, and as he goes, it turns into the meld color. Like you see the smear
I get
across
that.
the face.
Yeah.
So he ends up in the meld, which is different.
Yeah. But what doesn't make sense to me is how. All right. So what doesn't make sense to me in this part is him talking to the scientist.
Yes.
Happens in the future. I feel like that needs to be past because he's there. Like it can't be future unless it happens after the meld. To me, because if it's already happened, then it's past. If it's already fucking happened, which it has, because he's remembering it, then it has to be past.
Yeah, but also he's going back into the past to kill the Nazi who currently exists in the meld.
So that's the thing. It's not his fucking timeline. That's
what I'm
where
saying.
I was confused. I'm looking at it through his fucking eyes as the main character. No. Like I'm using him as my focal point.
The colors represent the timeline
of time, not him.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it's.
I mean, how do you call something the future if it's in a timeline? Like we don't know our fucking reference point. So the future is everything that hasn't happened yet. That's what future means. Is like everything that hasn't fucking currently hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just indifferent of him. Like I don't think the timeline is dependent on him. Like
this
I
feels
think
like
it's
fucking
referencing.
some kind of pseudo. I don't know if it's completely. Okay. I don't know if it's completely fucking thought out. Completely.
You know what?
I get it and I like it, but I don't know if it's like Hickman yet. Like Hickman would have done this a little bit differently, because I don't think anything in the future could have happened yet. And I think something that he remembers, which doesn't make sense.
I think by book, like the third issue of this book, which I probably won't be picking up, but whatever, they'll make it a little bit more clear.
Yeah,
like
I'm cool with that.
I think the first issue is like one of those. I think this is again one of those things that would probably read better in trade. And one of those things that would read better in trade, and that when you read it, like you have to read it a couple of times before you start picking out these little things. Because, like I said, I read it like twice at work, and I was just like, I didn't pick up half this shit.
I feel like. I mean, I don't know. And listen, I liked it a lot, so I'm not gonna say I didn't like it. I liked it a lot. Probably mostly because of the art, because I really like Raphael Albuquerque's art. I think he's like one of the fucking best. I think maybe some people reading this might be giving him too much credit. Like they might be thinking it's trickier than it is. I don't know if it's that fucking complex, but I'm interested to read more of it. And the ending didn't really grab me that much, because the ending, the guy with the spear, that's the Nazi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a fucking it's kind of a mind fuck, and it's some sci-fi shit, and
it's interesting.
It's interesting, and it's the kind of shit that I like to read. And like I said, like I love his artwork, so I'll read it just for that. But I don't know if it makes complete fucking sense to me yet, and I'm interested. If it does in fucking issue 2 and 3, then it's fucking awesome. But I don't know if the first issue made a whole lot of sense to me. But it's an interesting idea, and it's fun. Like the conversation we had about it is interesting, so I like it. Kyle, I assume you fucking love this shit, though. Obviously, right?
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't make sense, but it made sense in what it was supposed to make sense. Like, because even the wristwatch, he's trying to talk to the future, where he came from, which is blue. It changes, and he intercepts the call from the other girl, and it switches to green, which is the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's independent of the meld where they are, which is almost like outside of time or outside of at least those three, past, present, and future.
Yeah, I need to read this shit again.
So he meets the girl in the meld, right?
Yes, and it's her that he must.
Yeah,
massage.
no. Hold on. He meets a girl in the meld, okay?
Yep.
He got to the meld from the scientist.
Yep.
He met the girl in the meld.
Yes.
Therefore, that happened after the scientist. The scientist sent him to the meld. He met the girl in the meld. So that happened after the scientist. He couldn't have met her before the scientist, as far as we know. There's no way that he could have ever met her before the scientist. Because the scientist sent him to the meld. He met her in the meld. That's just like A to B.
Yeah, but I think that's the problem. I think you're looking at it as A, B, and C when the meld represents something completely different. Is what I'm saying. Like I don't think the fact that he traveled to the meld puts him traveling backwards, forwards. Like I think it's it's independent of time. Like people are ending up there, and I think it's indifferent of where people end up there. Because obviously, the Nazis there, independent of time. Like he's been there.
Yeah, no, but you see what I'm saying, right? With the order of events that happen. Like if green is the past,
Yes.
okay, and how can a chick from the past tell him what's going to happen in the future when it hasn't happened yet? See what I'm saying? Like if he's talking to the past, she would have never met him yet. So how would she know to follow the dinosaur to get to her? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't at this point, and I'm willing to read more to figure it out.
I understand that. Like at this point, like I can't answer
But
that question.
the color shit to me at this point doesn't make sense at the moment, and I'm sure we're gonna find out more because I don't fucking know. But the way that I'm like laying it out right now, those questions don't have fucking answers at this point. So that's why I was a little lost by the colors, but I got the story. Like I fucking understand the story. It's not that complicated.
I mean, even more
story.
so, like independent of all of that stuff. Like the story's good and it makes sense.
No, it totally
Like
is.
you can read it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't need to fucking figure it. Like we're talking some fucking like shit that we're gonna figure out going forward. That's all I'm saying. But I liked it a lot. So let's do Secret Identities #1.
We're not gonna rate it.
Oh yeah, let's rate it. Yeah, let's rate it. This is gonna be tough.
I'll give it a solid like 8. 8 for 8.
Okay, I'm good with 8. Yeah, I was gonna say 8.
Yeah. We'll do 8 for 8.
Yeah, 8's good. Secret Identities #1. This is by a fucking ton of people apparently. Written by Jay Farber and Brian Jones, and art is by Elias Kariazis, something like that.
Yeah.
Close enough. This is about a superhero team. They're fighting some fucking bad guy. Looks kind of like Alan Moore, with a bunch of fucking demons. They get help from this outside superhero that they know. He's kind of like outside the team, but they know of him. They've worked with him in the past. He shows up, saves the day. They invite him to the team. It turns out, it tells you right away, this is a spoiler, but it tells you pretty much instantly that he's working for somebody, like he's working for a villain, and he wants to infiltrate this superhero team to, destroy them from the inside. Then I think the book gets a lot more interesting when we see each of the members of the superhero team. We see each of their circumstances outside of the team and how kind of each of them have sort of fucked up lives, some more than others, but they all have their own issues. And I think the book is less about superheroes punching bad guys and more about the stuff that happens outside of the team and more like on an individual basis.
Yeah, like the bigger idea of superheroes.
Right.
Go ahead.
I worry a little bit with this kind of thing that there's too many separate heroes to make any of them individually interesting or have any like individual voice. Like when there's so many moving parts of characters that you've never heard of before and you're just learning about them, it might be pulling in too many different directions at once. This first issue does, and I'm not saying the issues going forward are going to be so like so many different fucking like storylines going on at the same time, but it might kind of take away from the main the main reason to read the book. I don't know. Like, it feels like I can't focus on the characters that I want to because there's so many. There's like literally like 6 or 7 characters in this book that each have their own kind of storylines.
I have a distinct feeling that someone's going to die very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably help free up a little bit of fucking story space just to kill 1 or 2 of these guys because there's just too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you figure too, the whatever crosswind. So it's the like informant, the mole.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna have to play out in some way. So like early on, they might be able to like. They definitely have to, which like because this issue it goes through kind of introducing each team member and like their kind of like the twist on them. Mm-hmm. So like it's gonna have to like tighten up in that sense. Like every issue can't be that.
Right.
Like even some of that stuff was like, at least for this issue, was really clever. Like
no, totally, I agree.
The shit about the speedster, like he has like 2 fucking lives. Like that shit was awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then like the Batman guy who like drains people or whatever was going on with him. Like that shit was great.
I do want to point out that this is like the first book in a long ass while. In fact, I think this might be the first book ever that has actually gotten Canadian geography right, or like included Canadian geography. Like they were this like there's a whole bunch of stuff that takes place in Toronto, which is kind of like my haunt right now. They mentioned Hamilton, which is the armpit of Ontario. The speedster, has one of his families up in Nova Scotia, where no one fucking ever writes about. Like. Right. For me as a Canadian, this is just like, holy shit, somebody actually knows we exist.
Yeah, it's Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
But
it's not even Alpha Flight. Like, Alpha Flight is kind of stereotypical because they're just pulling, like, the most generic Canadianisms. Right. Like the Guardian, the Yeti, and they're all up north Ontario and all that shit. Like, it's everything that you think stereotypically about Canada. But, like, this one was more, oh shit, they're actually using, like, real places that people actually fucking live in and give a shit about.
Yeah, it's one of the things I hated about it is the Canadian shit. I thought we could have done without that. That we could have dropped most of that.
Never even been to Canada.
Really?
I've been to Canada.
No, I was the artist.
Oh, the artist.
I talked to him about it. Yeah.
Really? Then what was his like idea of setting it up so much?
He used references. Like he said the reference everything.
Huh.
So how did you think about the book, Kyle?
You mean to rate it?
Yeah, I mean, just talk about it.
And like I said, I like this issue. I like setting up the whole team. I mean, early on we find out that he's a mole, so I mean the ending doesn't really, outside of like finding out that
the ending was awful. Yeah. I think like.
Well, I mean you find out who he's reporting to, which is
but you're like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, like
it's like I saw him.
Right? That guy's no one, right?
But no, he's in the book, but he's
he's like the police chief type
just
thing.
Just a fucking police guy. Like who gives a shit? Like I that part I wasn't like at the end when you flip that big ass page I wasn't like oh my god I thought I was like oh whatever I don't give a shit I didn't even know who that character was anyways like I saw him for a second he wasn't any importance to the book to the story.
Yeah, I mean I just thought there was a lot of I mean that especially because like I think the idea of him being a mole like already established kind of that twist early on, but I think everything else was great, even the fact that I live like in a big fucking dead like celestial type thing and it has like the living nanites in it.
Yeah, that was cool. There's some cool parts of this book, but at the end of the day it's like a superhero book and I don't know if I want to read a book about new superheroes. Like it's the same thing I kind of felt about what was that Tim Seeley book that Sundowners that I just never really feel like reading. It's just I don't know, it's just a superhero book. It's tough to write.
This reminds me a lot of like Teen Titans or the Titans, and that was the shit that got me into comic books, so I'm kind of hot on this.
Word. So let's rate it. What do you think?
I'd probably go another 8. Like, let me put it this way. Let me lower it down to a 7.5. It's a 7.5 because it's fairly generic in everything it does, but if you're into this kind of like big-ass team book, so like if you're a big fan of the X-Men, or like I said, Teen Titans or Titans or anything like that where you have young superheroes doing young superhero shit, like, and then people just kind of, because that's another thing, like, so there's this whole scene where there's the black chick and she's like kind of like the president's her dad, and she's just kind of like, no, we're going to do it our own way, which is completely stereotypical of this kind of book. But like it hits all the beats that it usually does in these kind of books. So if you're into that, it's pretty good. If you're not, it's still pretty decent.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go 7.5 or 7.
I would go like a 6.5.
Well, I guess I'll draw in the middle then to get it. I'll say 7 because like I like it,
7.
and I think all the like tropes and stuff it hits on purpose because I think it's gonna like use those later on.
It's Image. I expect shit to go terrible.
I think like Nakem said, if you're looking for a book like this is a pretty good one. And if you're not looking for a superhero book, I still think it's a pretty decent comic book. So I wasn't fucking offended by it in any fucking way. And the art was fucking awesome, I thought.
Oh yeah, that's some busy ass art.
Let's do Silk #1 by Robbie Thompson and art by Stacey Lee, who I don't think I've seen her art before, but I fucking like it a lot, especially for this kind of book.
Yeah, she's new, but she's done a lot of like other stuff, like more. I don't want to say like anime inspired stuff. Like
this kind of artwork, I think fits Spider-Man characters.
Yeah, definitely.
I fucking love this kind of shit with Spider-Man.
No, but hold up, Ryan. Yeah. I want to just try this. You hated this book, didn't you?
No, I didn't hate it.
Okay,
it's not for me, but
okay,
I didn't hate it. So this is Silk. She's a fucking Spider-Man chick, basically. Got some different kind of powers, but essentially the same idea. She was, I guess, listen, I didn't read her backstory in, whenever that was in Spider-Verse. I didn't catch it, but I guess she like was stuck inside of a box for 10 years, sort of like Old Boy. And while she was in the box, her family was. She doesn't know where her family went. They're disappeared, or she can't find them when she got out of the box. So the story is about more her looking for her family and her trying to fit in with society when she's been a recluse from society for so long. Like she has a hard time talking to friends or making friends where she works. She works at the same place Spidey did at Daily Bugle.
She works at it's like a TV station now.
Right, the same sort of. I mean, she works for J. Jonah Jameson, or he works there essentially. It's the same idea. She was dating Peter Parker. She no longer is, but they have this sort of a cool relationship. I like the way their relationship works, where he obviously wants to be more than friends with her, but she's so standoffish because she doesn't know how to interact with people. That I like the way that they were written in this book together. I thought it made.
I don't know if
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if, like, I didn't read the end of Spider-Verse. I was planning on getting the trade, but like, because there was that cool thing with the two of them, like, because they are created from the same spider, like they have that. It was like a thing where they're automatically drawn together, like. And when they're near each other, it's like all that like sexual tension. Like I
think there's also some pheromone stuff. Like I think she has some pheromone powers, kind of like Spider-Woman, I think. But and like Peter's apparently really attracted. Like they're both just really attracted to each other. And then like she becomes really attracted to other people or something like that. Like she even says that like she can read other people really well and influence their emotions and stuff like that. I think it's. Look around the page when she's setting up the lesbian couple.
Yeah.
No, but I love this book.
Yeah, I mean, it was, for what it is, I think it's fucking really well done. I thought Robbie Thompson nailed the characters. I thought she was written really fucking well, and Peter was written really fucking well. The shit with the Black Cat didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because that's not the Black Cat that I know. Like, this is like sort of a merciless... underworld leader Black Cat, and that's
there was because you guys didn't read Superior Spider-Man. So in Superior Spider-Man, there was an annual, I think it's like the third one or something like that, where the Black Cat comes back, and obviously Spock is like, I don't know you, I don't want anything to do with you, and basically has her arrested. And at that point, she swears vengeance on Peter Parker. Okay. And now she's straight up evil. She doesn't realize that the whole brain shift happened, so...
Yeah, I don't mind that. I liked it when it was Black Cat and fucking Peter, though. That was back in the day.
Well, that's why that issue was really interesting, because she was trying to get with Peter, and then Peter was like... Spock was just like, I don't want none of this.
The mystery at the end, I don't really give a shit about. It's more about the character that I think makes this book. The whole backstory of her finding her family, I could care less about. I think I would read this book just for more of this character. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I just don't know if it's for me. Personally.
What they need to do, I feel, is they need to drop all. They need to just kind of make it a one-off book, kind of like they did with the new Batgirl. And I hate the new Batgirl, but I'm going to use it as an example. And kind of just make it a series of stories. Nothing, just kind of make it light, make it a series of stories, and she's kind of just tooling around, living life. Kind of like they did with Hawkeye. They need to Hawkeye-ify this book. Having the big comic booky story where she's trying to find her parents and all that shit. It's been done. It's generic. It's not really interesting. But the parts of the book that were really working was when like you said, when she was talking to Spidey and being and Spider-Man was just like, "Yo, do you want to come over tonight?" And she's like, "Yeah, no, we can't. We can't be seen together. Well, we can't be together."
I think if going forward it's like this first issue, I think that's what it is. The B story is her finding her family. The A story is her just fucking interacting with people.
I'm afraid that they're gonna make the A story her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Her family. I'm also afraid that this book is gonna get canceled in 12 issues.
It will. Yeah, it's not gonna last.
Yeah.
But.
Which breaks my fuck, because like I said, I love this book.
I mean, it might though, because a lot I don't know. I was listening to Chronic Insomnia and they made. Ryan made a really good point on that show. He was talking about how, when he goes to the comic book shop now on Wednesdays, because his basic job is selling fucking comic books. That's what he does. He sells out of print fucking shit on his website. So, anyways, he goes to a lot of different comic shops. He goes Wednesdays and he sees all 20, 30-year-old men at the shop. He goes on a Saturday or on a weekend, and it's all fucking families and girls. He says that there's so many girls at the comic shop now that, you wouldn't fucking believe it. Because most of us just go on Wednesdays and we see the fucking, fucking asshole soldiers like us that are there every fucking week. But, there's a lot more, chicks reading comic books, and I think that this kind of book is the type of book that a chick would like to read. This is the kind of shit that is getting them to come to the shop like this. I'm not saying that they don't read the same shit we do, but obviously some chicks are going to be more interested in Saga, Miss Marvel, this shit. There's a lot of books that Marvel is trying to put out right now to get that kind of audience, and I think it's working. So
get on them. I'm just saying that I just don't want it to get hit with the generified rate of just it's another superhero book.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying, when we said that it might get canceled, I don't know. I think I've been surprised at which books are selling really well. Harley Quinn is the second top selling fucking DC
Jesus,
book.
I don't know how. Actually, I know.
It was crazy. It's fucking insane.
I know how. It's the same reason why Deadpool sells. Or Deadpool sold when it was terrible. People like the character.
Yeah. Kyle, what do you got on Silk?
I mean, you guys pretty much covered it all. I think I lean more towards Nick M. I really liked it. And I've just always been a fan of Spider-Man. And as of recently, I haven't wanted to read a Spider-Man book because I don't feel like a Spider-Man book. But this felt like a Spider-Man book. So I was actually excited. And I love the art. So I'm on board. I'm actually excited for more.
More Spider-Man than Spider-Man. I would say a fucking 8 for me.
This is a straight 9, even 9.5. I love this book.
I guess I'll cut it again. 8.5.
8.5. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked.
2 more books. Multiversity Mastermen. By obviously Grant Morrison. Art by Jim Lee.
Jim Lee. This is good looking Jim Lee.
Yeah, it's pretty good. This is
Well, he's not drawing anything else, so it's not like he has to rush.
Yeah, well, I bet he took fucking a long ass time. This is Jim Lee and Morrison. We got Superman lands in Germany on. This is Earth 10. Superman lands in Germany. The Nazis take him. And he lands as a baby in Germany instead of in the United States, and they make him their fucking Superman. I think he's called Overman or something like that.
It's the Ubermensch, actually.
Yeah, they get fucking him, and they have the whole Justice League of Nazis, and the Nazis win the war, and they take over the world. And this is a world where the Nazis have won. We sort of cut to the present day almost, I think. And Superman, or Overman, or whatever his name is, he has this sort of conscience about the fucking Germany. He has this conscience about, yeah, we won the war, yeah, I'm German, and yeah, this is like, these are my people, but we did some terrible fucking things. And he has this, he feels like shit about some of the stuff the Nazis did, rightfully so. The freedom fighters, led by fucking Uncle Sam, they are sort of the terrorists in this world, and they are punishing Germany for what they did during the war, and that's sort of where this issue takes place. Is like Uncle Sam shows up, sends in the human bomb to be his suicide bomber. You know, it doesn't really have an ending, really. Like it's sort of their initial attack on Germany, and how Superman's sort of like on his knees, like almost like he deserves it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, like that. Oh, I guess we can get into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, because like even so, the end, like, it doesn't really have an ending, but it was almost like it felt like he didn't. I don't know. I couldn't get like the tone if he kind of was okay with what happened.
Overman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he only wanted an end to his guilt. He wanted an end to his loveless relationship. He wanted an end to the bloated, self-satisfied 1,000-year empire.